your track. I wanted to move it on a bit because I had a piece which is about employees being, and I thought it was relevant for Chris, you see, employees being willing to sacrifice reward packages in turn for the ideal office.
Oh, there's a solution. We don't pay them $5 million a year. We pay them $500,000 a year and give them a lovely office.
Yeah.
They have a lovely office anyway.
According to research by British Land, many would consider a reduction in their reward package of, on average, 5.5% to work in an ideal office.
Okay.
And 86% they would stay longer with an employer. What do you think to this, Chris? Is this
I think it makes
a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and I'm not at all surprised that there is evidence and research about to support that view. But I mean, there is a lot of academic evidence about that suggests that that people work for things other than money. My favourite way of looking at it is that we all go to work for money, but that is not a question of why we work here. The question why we work here, have the job we have today, normally is for reasons other than money. Because there are a lot of places where we could get the same money, as it were. So money doesn't determine why we do the specific job we do. That is normally non-monetary in its causes or reasons.
The two-factor theory is a demotivator.
Yeah,
not a motivator.
and a few others I would suggest. But yes, that's a very good. Certainly Hertzberg and Maslow were perhaps the two psychological forefounders who did some work on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old hygiene factor. Do you want to talk about, Amanda?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Well, that's but the bit I'm thinking about is a two-factor theory, where you've got motivators and demotivators.
Yeah.
And money is, people always say glibly, oh, why do you go to work? What motivates you? Money. Mm-hmm. But that's without thinking about it. But when you get beneath the surface, money is a means to something else, and what motivates them are other things. They will walk away from a huge salary if the day-to-day job is just awful.
Yep.
And I know people who have.
Yep.
But what constitutes the perfect office? Office.
It's fins, scales.
It says location and transport links. Okay. Office safety and security. And that, in fact, safety and security was the top demand. 92% said that would make them think twice about where they worked.
I think I would perhaps use a different set of words and say it's employee welfare. Do people feel respected, well regarded and looked after at work? It's safety in a much broader sense. I mean, certainly Maslow talked about safety, and he was talking about societal safety rather than falling off ladders and things along those lines, which we tend to mean when we talk about safety this day and age.
What I liked is they talked about moving it points a move away from conventional modular or open plan offices to a more flexible space. So anybody old enough here like me to have worked in offices which were boxed off?
Yeah.
And then I went to work in an office which was totally open plan.
Yeah, no, I've not done the boxed off bit. I've done the totally open plan.
Yeah, and I've done the bit in between where you've got a few little offices to go and have meetings.
Yeah, and some acoustic screens and stuff.
And they're saying that if you do that right, that's probably the best model.
Yeah.
I was going to say that works well for introverts and extroverts. There was, I can't remember the name of the lady, Susan somebody, has just published a book called Quiet a little while ago. And she published another one recently for Quiet for teenagers about introverts and extroverts, and that these open plan offices don't work well for introverts.
No. Indeed, they say that there's been a change of emphasis. The office is not simply where we work, it's a hub for workers to meet and share ideas, and that demands an environment that encourages collaboration and creativity. However, don't overlook the fact that people work in different ways, and some employees need focused concentration and quietness to do that.
Yeah.
So, I think we might get to play up close to the news if I play.